Tom Brady is actually done. He's done. From being the 6th round, 199 in the 2000 NFL Draft, 84,520 passing yards, 624 touchdowns, 203 INTs, 7 Super Bowls, 5 Super Bowl MVPs, 3 actual MVPs, 15-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, and leaving behind the greatest player, the greatest legacy to ever play. Tom Brady is retired as the GOAT. The greatest of all time. Between Spygate, Deflategate. After Deflategate, coming back, being suspended for 4 years, launched Jimmy Garoppolo's career because he played decent. Then led the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history, down 28-3. Everyone thought maybe that was it. Maybe he was dead, and no, he just came back, and Tom Brady did it. So much the football can't even handle it. Tom Brady did it and came back from the Super Bowl. And then he went to Tampa, and things started off rocky, and nobody believed in it. Everybody thought it was Belichick was the system, and it was the Patriots, and it turns out Tom Brady is the GOAT. Better than Aaron Rodgers. All of us Aaron Rodgers fans have to swallow our pride and admit that maybe if Aaron Rodgers got 2 more Super Bowls, the argument could be there, but sadly he did not. And Tom Brady is the GOAT. The greatest of all time. Tom Brady has been there forever. For the first time since the 1999 NFL regular season, Tom Brady won't be an active player. 22 years. 6 years longer than I have been alive. 22 seasons. I've been alive for 16 NFL seasons. And what a legacy he's left behind. The way he played the game, he had so much compassion, so much care. He got away with so many things because he's Brady. Between all the jokes to me in 2015 wishing he was out of the league because he's just that damn good. To 3 separate NFL Hall of Fame careers between the first Patriots dynasty, the second Patriots dynasty, and you could argue that this Bucs career, yes, could potentially be a Hall of Fame. Tom Brady has done things no one else has done. By the time he hit 40, I thought he was done. He went on to then win 2 more Super Bowls. By the time he was 35, people were saying he's done. That random game in 2012 to 2014 when Tom Brady wasn't playing the best and everybody thought, you know, the Patriots Jeff Garoppolo. Maybe that was the end of Brady, and he just kept on playing, and he could still play. Tom Brady could play until he's 45, and I thought he would. And it's just a weird thing to end on for Tom, because Manning got to go out with a Super Bowl ring. That's why I thought he should have retired last year, but he thought he had 1 more year in the tank. Turns out he did. Might win the NFL MVP for a 4th time. Tom Brady is retired. Thought he'd go out with a Super Bowl win. Honestly did. But what more does he have left to prove? Nothing. Tom Brady, first ballot Hall of Famer. Of course. Also, the 5-year minimum needs to be changed. 2027's first year is elected. Elect Tom Brady in tomorrow. Because Tom Brady needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, you can waive this one rule for Tom Brady. For specific greats, there should be a waive rule. Michael Jordan, that rule should be waived. Kobe Bryant, rule should be waived. Put Tom Brady in the Hall of Fame this year. Because he's just deserved. It took them 13 seconds to decide if Peyton Manning should be in the Hall of Fame. It should take them about 1 second to decide if Tom Brady should be in the Hall of Fame. Tom Brady has been playing longer than I can remember. He's been playing since I can remember. The first football game I ever watched was Green Bay Packers vs. Steelers Super Bowl. And that's how I became a Packers fan, because I watched them win the Super Bowl. Tom Brady has been there. And then Tom Brady was there again. And he just kept going to Super Bowls to the point where he was so good you hated him. And everyone hated the Patriots, and it's large part due to Tom Brady. To the point in 2015 where I'm begging him to retire so I don't have to watch him win anymore. To the point where you get older because you're not a salty little kid anymore that Aaron Rodgers didn't get a Super Bowl. Turns out that feeling stays. You grow up a little bit and you realize you respect the hell out of Tom Brady because he's just that good. It's kind of impossible to hate him. Tom Brady might not be the best thrower of the football. He might not be the most athletic guy out there, but the way he prepared, trained, took his body routine, turned it into a brand, he's just the greatest. The ultimate preparation guy. And that's the formula. Tom Brady did the formula. He's a cocky son of a bitch, and he deserves it too. Tom Brady has been there, and been there, and been there. If you went through a hectic life and things changed constantly on you, the one thing you could always rely on is Tom Brady being good. And Tom Brady being on a Super Bowl team. And Tom Brady this. Tom Brady was always great. There was never one down year. Maybe a down statistical year, but there was never one year where the Patriots just missed the playoffs. Or the Bucs just missed the playoffs. And he almost got a perfect season. He almost went 19-0. It'd be 20-0 now, but 19-0. Almost did it. Instead, he didn't. Eli Manning happened. Eli Manning happened twice. The other Peyton Manning happened. Nick Foles happened. A lot of Super Bowl losses, a lot of funny things, but ultimately, Tom Brady, thank you. Amazing career, dedicated more than half of his life to this football game. Half his life. 22 years later, we are sitting here thanking God we don't have to watch Tom Brady win another Super Bowl, but also being incredibly sad because it's over and your childhood is slowly dying. Where does this leave for the Bucs? What does this mean for all the openings at quarterback this free agency? What does this mean for ultimately Aaron Rodgers? Because now Tampa Bay has got a sweet opening. A lot of quarterbacks have a sweet opening. Do they do a draft? Who knows? Speaking of draft, mock draft video for the Raiders. The Tuck rule that started the dynasty. See how I threw that in there to relate to Tom Brady? Should be coming out later this week, hopefully, if I can get it recorded. We shall see. To all the cheating, to all the calls that you got, Tom, to the point where you made me almost quit watching football because you were just too good. Thank you, Tom Brady. And thank you for listening.